Hello and welcome back to Parc Fermé Parlay with Kieran Downey. It's race week, it's Belgian Grand Prix week. It is the final race week before the summer break, and to be honest with you, I am ready for the summer break. Although I will probably not know what to do with myself about 3 days into it, I am ready just to have a bit of a break from racing because these past 5 weeks have been intense. That triple header was intense. Yes, we had a week off, but the Hungarian Grand Prix was intense as well. And it's still obviously ongoing. We're still talking about it. There's still chatter about Oscar's win and the Lando situation, Max's radio messages, Max's sim racing. Can I just say, I was begging the Sky Sports commentators to stop blaming Max's irrateness, I don't know if that's even a word, on his lack of sleep because he was up doing the 24 hours of Spa, I think it was, sim racing. It was constant, and I was just like, guys, can we stop talking about it? However, on that subject, Helmut Marko has come out and said that Max will not be taking part in any late night sim racing on race weekends anymore. So with it being our final race week before the summer break, it is time to make our final predictions before the summer break. So let's dive right into our predictions for the Belgian Grand Prix, and starting off with pole position, Lando Norris. That McLaren, I would say, is the quickest car on the grid. I would say Lando is the quickest driver with that car. And I just feel it in my waters that he's going to nail pole position. There we have it. Part of me is feeding into this, and I'll come on to this later, but I don't think Max is going to have a great weekend again. We'll come into that. But I'm locking in Lando Norris. That man has everything pointing in the right direction for him, and I think he will come back after the controversy of Hungary and just want to have a solid, good, clean, just do a good job, and there we are. He'll stick that McLaren on pole. I have no doubt in my mind that McLaren is not going to be on pole position. No doubt in my mind. So Lando Norris, pole position. There we have it. Moving on to P3 for the race. George Russell. The Mercedes is quick. George is quick with it, and I think we are in for quite an interesting podium this weekend. I think George and the Mercedes team are just going to have a very good weekend. I think the strategies are going to be on point. I think that car is going to be feeling good. I think they're going to have just a great all-round weekend. Which, moving on to P2, Lewis Hamilton. Same as George, I just think they're going to have a good weekend altogether, Mercedes. I think they'll qualify well. I think they will race well. Their strategy will be on point. I think we're looking at another good, solid weekend for Mercedes, good points in the bag, and this will probably be the weekend that George Russell overtakes Sergio Perez in the standings. I'm thinking, I know I said this a couple of weeks ago that Oscar and George would be able to get past him, but I think that was at Britain, and that was the weekend that George DNF'd. P1 for the race, Lando Norris. That's right, I'm going for an all-British podium. An all-British podium. I feel it in my waters. I don't think Lando's going to have any issues this weekend, to be honest with you. I think, as I said, he's going to qualify P1. He's going to finish the race P1. He's going to be quick. He's not going to put a foot out. I think he's basically going to race the perfect weekend. That's all I can really say on the matter. And I'm confident in saying that Lando Norris will qualify first and will win that race. I am confident. I am putting everything, all my eggs in Lando Norris's basket. Hell, stick the fastest lap in as well. I think he's going to have an absolute clean sweep of absolutely everything. Just a grand slam, pole position, P1, fastest lap, done. Now, a few other predictions. Kicking things off, this is the weekend that Nico Hülkenberg is back in the points positions. I have gotten too used to Nico scoring points, and I am very upset when he doesn't. And I need him to score points this weekend. Please, I need him to score as many points as he can this year before he moves over to the neon green dustbin and can't score any points. I need him to get everything in this year, same as Carlos Sainz. It's like Carlos said, Carlos wants to get the podiums and the points and everything because he doesn't know if he's going to be able to get that next year. I'm saying it for Nico Hülkenberg. I need him to get all of that this year because I don't think he's going to be able to get it next year. I very nearly said that Valtteri Bottas might score a point this weekend, and then I was like, no, come on, no. Speaking of that, actually, I remember when I said, I think it was last weekend, I said, could this be the weekend that Logan Sargent scores points? I put something on Threads and I was like, am I delusional for thinking that Logan might score a point this year based purely on racing? No disqualifications, no craziness, purely on racing. And people are on the same side as me. People were like, yeah, I can see that happening. He's having an all right run of form. So maybe we could be looking at Logan points sometime this year, but not this weekend. My other prediction for this weekend is that not all drivers will finish the race, and I'm going to say that 3 drivers will DNF. Now, don't ask me why I think this, but there has been a run of form with quite a few teams where we're having some issues. Alpine. I don't think both those drivers will not finish the race, but I definitely think one of them will. I think at least one of the Alpine boys will not finish. I think we could be looking Alex Albon and maybe Zhou Guanyu. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. But those are the 3 I'm putting on the board that I think. But I'm not putting that in my actual predictions. But I'm going to say that 3 drivers will not finish the race. Well, 3 drivers will DNF. And finally, this prediction's twofold. So 1, Max Verstappen will not be able to extend his lead over Lando Norris because Lando will score the most points between him and Max. So his lead will not extend in that respect. However, Sergio Perez outqualifies Max Verstappen. There, I've said it. I think it's going to happen this weekend. And the reason I think it's happening is because there's been a few whispers and rumours that Max has taken a new internal combustion engine. Now, if that is the case, that means that Max is getting a 10-place grid penalty. Now, am I saying that Sergio outqualifies Max on pure qualifying alone? No. It will be down to Max taking a grid penalty. But I'm counting it. I am counting that as Sergio Perez has outqualified Max Verstappen. And, I mean, in the race, Max is going to annihilate him, to be honest with you. But I don't think Max is going to qualify in the top 10. Do I think he'll get through to Q3? 100%. But even if he qualified pole position, he's still starting 10th. I don't think he's qualifying first. I think he's qualifying 4th, 5th. He's going to be chilling down there with the Stakes Albers. So yeah, there we have it. Predictions for the Belgian Grand Prix. A Lando Norris Grand Slam, an all-British podium, Perez out-qualifying Max, Nico Hülkenberg's going to be back in the points, and not all 20 drivers will finish the race. I think we're in for a really spicy weekend. And thank God that we've got 3 weeks off after it. But to be fair, I don't even think those 3 weeks are going to be any form of relaxation. We still have, I think we've still got five seats left to announce for next year. And I think we're going to have that within those 3 weeks. I reckon I reckon the 2025 driver lineup will be done by the end of the summer break. But that is everything from us. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. We will be back after practice. Enjoy all the cars on track this weekend. Again, we've got Formula 3, Formula 2. Oh, and well done to Kimi Antonelli, by the way. I forgot to say this last week, but well done to Kimi Antonelli for winning the F2 feature race. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, that is everything from us. We'll be back after practice on Friday. Have a great rest of your day. Love you. Bye.